All right, all right. Sorry about that. I paused the music, so we're gonna switch over, and then I had a couple player questions. So my bad. Welcome everyone to another night in Serenity, where we play Dungeons and Dragons. Sorry, we play Pathfinder Second Edition. Oh my God, I completely forgot. Um, just a few housekeeping items. The music that you heard to start the session, the music that you're going to hear throughout the rest of the night, comes from our bard Gregulus Designs or the Dirkwood. You can find their music on YouTube and Spotify. If you want to join in my Discord, you can join into my Discord. It's a nice, quiet little Discord where you can connect with me. So feel free to join to the Moonflower Tavern. There, if you are a follower, you can actually send me some information. We can chat about creating an NPC that inhabits the world of Serenity as a thank you for being a follower of my Twitch channel. If you happen to subscribe to the channel, your NPC will actually have a larger tale to tell and a larger interaction with the players. Case in point, we've had one adoption, a prolific chef is been introduced to the story, which the players will experience more here eventually. Admittedly, the one was missed by the players, but it's going to make a triumphant return in a way that they're not going to be happy about. Other ways to support the channel. If you donate bits, 100 bits or 100 copper pieces, you can actually provide a hero point to the GM or to any of the players. The players are running a little low. No one's in their double digits anymore, so awesome time burning some of those hero points on our last session. With that, I think that's it for really announcements. Now we're going to get to introduction to the players. So first off, Mike, a little bit about yourself and who you are playing tonight.
Hello, everyone. My name's Mike, aka Madcap23, on most socials. I have been doing TTRPGs for 30 plus years. D&D, Pathfinder, Paranoia, GURPS, etc. Almost anything you can think of, I've probably played it. I'm a home brewer. I do both in game and in real life. I make my own wine now. Tonight I'll be playing Hestian, your Whisper Elf rogue, who continues the streak of not committing war crimes. For now.
It's always for now, and that's always such a threat.
Yes, it is.
Allie, a little bit about yourself and who you're playing tonight.
So my name is Allie. This is my only campaign, so I'm very excited on Wednesdays when we get to play. I like to adopt cute NPCs and cute things. Sometimes terrify me, like stuffed animals that move. It's very interesting. This is a very interesting world. Tonight I'm playing Joanna, the human monk.
Last but not least, Shelly, a little bit about yourself and who you are playing tonight.
Hey yo, it's Shelly, also known as Flea Monkey, also known as Hey It's Flea Monkey on Instagram and Threads. Tonight I'm playing Guzmik, your friendly neighborhood cleric who is trying really hard to remember everything. Specifically, the refresher that we just had on which horses died. Thankfully, Wendy is still alive, and I am overjoyed.
Wendy's still here.
With
and
that,
Zephyr.
Yeah, okay, yes.
Who cares about Zephyr, though? Honestly.
Hey, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel.
That's not how I feel. Inaccurate.
All right. A little recap of our previous session. Admittedly, was mainly the combat. Players have been heading from Alesh to Mirath, heading east along the heart of Serenity, traveling through farmland towards Mirath, where is their next large city, as they're on their way to Kittereth, farther east. A bit of trouble on the road with some quasits, some minor demons, who had been after, it seems, a Baelor's whip that had been hiding in a chest within a stack of lumber that is on its way to the mayor. After dispatching those closets and now being driven to speedily return or make their way to Mirarath, the players stopped, or the caravan, the Dragon Snout caravan, had stopped for their last evening on the road, where they're expected to reach Mirarath before noon the next day. During Kuzmik's watch, or some of her time awake, as she was checking in on the horses, she was warned that they had smelled wolves. And sure enough, coming over the rise directly above the horses was a wolf, who then summoned a pack of wolves. During that fight, the players did succeed, with a little bit of help from some of the other guards. Admittedly, a very little amount of help. In the process, they lost 4 horses, but strangely, 3 of the wolves vanished and dissipated into dust and brimstone, just as the closets had a few nights prior. With that, players, I think that's probably pretty much where we're picking up. Still in the evening. I don't know if you have if you want to get anything off your chest with Bastion and the rest of the guards, or if you are simply heading back to bed to hurry up and finish this ridiculous travel that you were brought onto, or that you signed onto.
I look at Bastion, who's bloodied and very badly injured, and I look at him and say, "You owe me for 2 horses. This is your fault. All of this death, all of these things that have gone wrong, it's you. You were not honest with everyone that's on this caravan. You knew about the whip. You knew it attracts these things." And I pick up some of the dust that the one of the quaies turned into, and I throw it towards him. You knew that. Yet you're okay risking our lives and costing us our horses and our livelihoods. You owe me 2 horses. And then I turn and I walk away.
He is not of the strength to put up much of a fight, though during the confrontation he seemed tired, exhausted, but at a number of your comments, he seemed to bristle up a bit and be prepared to respond before, as you walking away, seem to possibly giving him an out, or possibly just not have the energy to combat the tirade sent his way.
That's fine.
Anyone else trying to do something this evening?
Yeah, when you go.
I want to heal myself.
Do you want me to heal you?
I don't care.
I need some healing as well.
My first thought.
I'm happy to do any of this. This is my job.
Well,
Please do.
do quite a lot.
Well, thanks. I will attempt a medicine on Joanna first. God, I am tapped. I am hella tapped. Okay, where? I'm clicking on everything right now. Here we go. This is just going to be a regular medicine.
Okay. Over that DC 15.
Mates.
27 actually is going to
way
be your
over,
critical.
Oh, okay. So that means I get to
48.
$17. Feel better, Joanna?
Yes.
Okay. I'll move over to Heston. Feeling like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do here in the world. With a sense of purpose. I rub my hands together. I say, clear! And I go down on the chest area and act like I'm shocking him. That works. That went off.
Oh shit.
That works. It works.
Just a standard heal, so 2d8.
2d8. Then
I'll take it. I'm still 17 down, but we'll get there.
17 from whole?
Yeah.
what do you? Well, how bad do you look, Joanna?
40 from whole?
Okay,
Okay.
but here's the difference.
I know.
40 from whole for me would be, oh look, Hestian's getting killed in the next hit.
I was. I feel good now.
You guys, it's a dirty business, but you guys think maybe we could eat our horses? We keep them with us. It's meat. You guys,
I'm not picking.
can we make a stew out of Crystal?
Yes.
It's not unheard of.
possible.
And
I
what?
would want to put other meats with it because horse meat is very gamey.
I mean, there's a wolf
And-
right there.
Yes, I know this for a fact. Let's take the wolves' meat and coats and sorry, Crystal, you're gonna go into a stew, and I'm gonna try to get the horse's hide because that's some good freaking leather right there.
You
Survival?
Yes. And as a elf, you would probably have the time for it. Right?
can
What did
only-
I roll?
Speak with animals once a day, so let's try to do this out of sight of.
Oh yeah. I mean, dragging them off, and so 11 for dismembering and skinning Crystal,
Crystal and what?
and then for the wolf, I got a 25, so I got a good pelt, and then what? Hey, I did pretty well on what too. So
Nice
23.
work on what?
So Crystal, I didn't get much. It's all damage because all the pokiness of it being eaten by a wolf.
Yeah.
But Watt didn't quite get as bad. So
Are there more heals that are like to be worked on? Joanna, are you trying to get in on the wolf pelt?
I can help.
Yes, please do.
Okay, I was like, gonna. Gosh,
Give me 3 rolls while Hastian's doing his.
survival.
Yep.
$28, $15, $26.
Guzmik, anything else during this time?
Yeah, if Joanna's out slicing up Wolf, I'll probably wait till she returns to do another another heal, so I'll just sit on my pillow and wait for her to return. She could pop in at any time and I could do a little action on her. A little clear.
It's probably
Should
too late. Yeah, feel free to make the rolls, but it's probably too late to really. I mean, you can always get started on a very slow simmering stew and have it go over the night for breakfast.
Yep.
But you have some of your time to collect a few hides. Again, they are rough hides yet. I have a decent amount of meat, gamey as it is. During breaks in between, or even possibly after it's done. Ooh, Guzman, 30.
Yeah, my fingers are hot tonight.
Another critical success, 48.
Yeah.
Who was that for? Was that for Joanna?
Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay.
She looks real bad.
Oh yeah, no. Take care. Get our tank up and healthy again.
Well, there you go, another 19.
While
You know,
they're
I
doing
think-
that, I'm gonna take the meat that we've gotten for both the horses and the wolves, and I'm gonna put it into a pot with some veg, whatever we've got left from the foraging that we've done, and start a hunter's stew, a hunter's pot.
Don't you think we should put their names on the stew too?
No.
Oh my god.
Bridal breakfast. How about that? You know, like, cause the bridal. Like,
Okay. It's
They're
called a
in it.
hunter. It's called a hunter's pot because what you do is it's something that they do in hunting camps. They have a large pot that's filled with water and beef and whatever they come with, and then whatever they find when they're out hunting, they just toss it in the pot, and it continues to make what they call perpetual stew, or hunter's pot, or forever stew, something like that. And as long as you every time you're about to eat, you let it sit on the fire for about an hour, it's safe to eat, because whatever bacteria was in there just get killed off and makes it taste kind of fuzzy.
Crystal
not
doesn't have
fuzzy.
any bacteria.
Tingly on your tongue.
Clean.
Have you ever had something that still had live yeast in it?
Probably. Yeah, I've eaten a lot of stuff.
That's what it feels like on your tongue. I need to go away for a second, but I'm still listening.
Sure. During this portion, a bit of healing. I guess, Kuzmik, are you going to want to try any more healing, or are you calling it for the night?
We can't get attacked twice by a bunch of demonic creatures, right?
I can try healing.
You want me to show you a couple tricks?
It's bedside manner.
You don't want my bedside manner. Promise you that.
Oh, 20.
That'd be a success. 2d8.
Look at that.
I'm glad you healed me first. Feel good enough to heal.
I say, was that to you, Joanna, or to Guzman?
No.
Oh, I
Wait, Goosebumps, how are you feeling?
I'm actually pretty hurt too, but
Oh shit. Well, it was for Hestian, but yeah.
I'm fine.
If
Don't
you're-
look
no.
over here. I'm fine.
Okay.
I'll sleep it off.
You won't in Pathfinder.
I mean, I'll sleep
What?
a little bit of it off. Yeah, give me those. Give me those.
Okay,
hip
yeah.
points.
Pass them to
Shoot 'em right
Guzmik.
here.
Yep.
So that was 7, right?
Yes.
All right. Thanks for that unintended.
There is still more time if you want to do any heals. Feel free. Like, this process will take a little bit. Admittedly, you guys are pretty tired, but adrenaline still kicking through would kind of keep you up. So feel free to do as many heals as you want until we see a failure. That kind of kills it for the night.
Maybe me and Joanna will just work on each other while Heston is
Let him play with
Doing
his
the
stew out there. Yeah.
the bridal breakfast.
Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna do watch this, Joanna. I'm gonna do my crazy one on her. So we'll see how it goes. So see,
Dang it! I need to.
This- not these never work.
So 16 under normal circumstances would be just fine. The problem is, Kuzma tried her DC 20 heal to give
Oh.
more, and that one failed. So essentially, There'll be no more healing for Joanna for tonight. Or
I
for an
cannot be
hour.
healed, or I can't heal.
You cannot be healed.
All right, let's go.
Okay, well, I got you tomorrow morning when you're eating your bridal breakfast.
18 to. Excuse me.
18 to heal
I-
Guzmic does succeed. 2d8.
I don't know if I want the bridal breakfast. If it's a forever stew, also Crystal will be with us forever.
Oh my god.
Essentially. Okay, 11.
11.
11.
I'm feeling pretty darn good right now.
Cassian will feel great tomorrow.
You know,
I guess we do now.
I'm good. If you want to relax, I feel alright.
Give you a massage.
It reaches that point of the adrenaline kind of hits you both hard, and the two of you are probably out. Hastian would have normally taken the second watch anyway, so he'll just stay up with his stew. Eventually, probably earlier than you wanted, Joanna would come to wake you up. Early morning watch, a little more tired than normal, but easily able to kind of relax, and probably knowing that a soft bed in the future kind of makes up for a little bit. You could, if you want, do any additional healing during this if you need it. It looks like you are not full.
Administer to Joanna. I'll just do the regular stuff.
Okay.
You know,
First
how badly that-
thing in the morning.
Yep. Well, I'm not a monster after a little caffeine. All right.
See, you could have done the big one. 23.
But if I would have said I was doing the big one, my dice would have gone different. We know this. 6 back for you, Joanna.
I can heal Cassian. Ooh, 16.
There you go. 2d8.
Yeah?
I'm back.
You can hit yourself with a
Did he-
long rest.
he-
Oh, yeah. 11 and a long rest.
Yeah. And then you take an additional 11 after that in case you need it. As Joanna was in charge of giving the stew a couple stirs while you finished your rest.
Nice. I'm full health now, thanks to that 11.
Woo!
The morning is found to have both Bastion and Spent, two guards who had done... Sorry, Bastion and Brogund, two guards who had been in the fray, who had both been downed or taken some hits. Neither of them seem very well rested. A little, obviously better than they were yesterday, but heavily bruised. Still, their cloth wrapped around their arms is bled through. No longer bleeding, now dried, but does not seem very comfortable. As they get up to the smell of the stew being cooked. But before heading to the stew, they actually the 4 guards seem to kind of group together, and you see them pointing between their 6 remaining horses and the wagons. Seems they're trying to divvy up what is about. And eventually the rest of kind of the campsite awakens. And stories told about. Everyone obviously heard what happened and were awake when it occurred, though they hid inside. So it's another thing to be out and see what is left over of the blood about on the ground. With that, breakfast is served. A few knowing glances of what's inside and a lot of hush-hush remarks when the kids might ask what's inside it.
Meat and vegetables.
And you see the little halfling boy kind of on occasion will scoop out some of the veggies and try to hide them behind him. But after breakfast, Lev seems to be ready for the road once again to finish up this. It's easier setting up your horses today because you only have 2 to worry about. The rest of the gear can be stored inside the Vardo for use for some future horses if needed. You know the 2 horses will be just fine taking the Vardo. Probably not as easy for them, but will be just fine. Even 3 horses for the 2 heavily laden wagons are going to be the ones that will slow you down just a touch today, but you know you'll make it to town just fine. If I could get our daily rolls one last time.
D100?
Need a D100 and the nature.
You're doing it? Okay. I'll do
There's
this.
the D100. 49.
149. The nature check for Joanna driving the horses was a 16.
There.
Yeah, you'll be just fine making your way. Again, Joanna may have seemed a little odd getting down to 2 horses. Might be why it wasn't as smooth as some other days, but they are well trained and know to keep to the road. Follow along behind. The day is cloudy, mist-born, but as the day runs through, you hit about that luncheon time. You can see Mirarat in the distance coming up quite quickly. Lev pushes once more to see their final destination, to push forward, and to not stop. And so you do. Players, welcome to Mirarat. As you crest over the slow rolling hills, farmland to the north and to the south, a city looms before you, though not of heavy stone. Actually, yes, of relatively short stone walls, probably like 10 feet tall. A bit patchwork here and there. Seem to be stones gathered from around and stacked together. A few cut square and nice. But there are a number of guards kind of patrolling the top. Maybe a dozen overall, possibly. Seems relatively sparsely manned. That being said, the city from afar even seems to be bustling. A number of farmers heading into town and awaiting entrance. Though awaiting entrance is more so because the thoroughway is busy. Not so much that they're even checking a lot of people. Questioning a few here and there, most swinging through. Your caravan is paused for a moment. Quick papers handed over by Lev. Here, as you pass on through, you get a couple ticks almost of the guardsmen of counting to make sure that you are the 6 wagons that were accompanying or in Lev's caravan. As you all take your caravan all the way inside to the central plaza of the city, where Lev pauses his own wagons, jumps down and speaks with, he kind of moves down the line, starting with I think the halfling family was second, wishing them well, waving them off as they continue trundling with their wagon off to the east. The bird, Hoxton Graves, the falconer, seems to, once the others leave, continues right along with hardly a word to Lev, bit of thanks. Beyond that is heading off and away to find out wherever he was going. The next two are kind of ignored as Lev comes over to speak with the Noodle. Kind of check in. We have made it. It is about time that we at least settle our debt. I believe it was 1 gold each for each day. Here we'll give rounded each to 7. Which I think is 1 extra day than you were planned. As he hands out the gold. I do know there's a bit of other accounts to be settled. If you are in the city, please be mindful, but I expect a bit of compensation will come your way. Now, on another note, will you care to join for a continued travel to the east? I know not exactly when I'm leaving yet.
You have like any rough idea? I mean, we have something I need to do here.
Yeah. What's your next stop?
That too.
I'll probably be heading down to Borquick, at least possibly the 4 corners. See maybe what's there.
We're not gonna be able to go all the way to Bor. Our destination takes us to Kittereth. If you were heading there for trade, we'd probably re-sign on. This isn't your... Our misfortune was not caused by you.
Well, wait, if he's going to Bor and taking the road, doesn't that take us by Kittereth?
Yes, but we'd have to sign on to go all the way to Bor, and we're not going to do that because Bor is another couple days south of Kittereth.
No. We could maybe make a deal, but we'll see what happens if the stars align.
Certainly.
We'll leave it at that.
Where can we find you? Should we check our maps of Mirorath?
Let's see. A
lot of wineries. Let's stay at a winery.
I'll be at the Last Drop. I don't think I've had that one yet.
Yeah, it's not on here.
No.
You'll be at an inn
Number
called The
3?
Last Drop.
It'll be number 23, the one on the east side.
Okay.
East side represent. All right, we'll
Okay.
come find you as soon as our plans are completed. If you're still there, we'll talk.
Certainly.
Marvelous. Again, apologies for the disruption, but well, that is business. I'm afraid a bit of risk.
As I said, our misfortune was not caused by you.
Lev, have you been to this town before?
Many a time, actually.
What's the deal with all the wineries here?
Did you not see the bountiful farmlands around? And
No, we were busy cooking our horses.
my apologies. There are a great number of base ingredients for the spirits around here, and there is a bit of pride in the harvest land here down the south.
All right. Cooking our.
I see.
You say that
Well,
like it's a bad thing.
It is. What are you talking about?
Let's
Okay.
go and take care of what the Lady of the Flame wanted me to do, and then we'll meet back. We'll get a room at 23.
Would
The
love to
last
send
drop.
some of this fine wine in this town
Oh,
too.
most definitely, yes.
It is going
after.
to be mid-afternoon by now. As a heads up, if you want to ask about town, to try to find more information about the graveyard that you are trying to get to, you could attempt that. Also, the Bastion and his group are going to be taking their cargo away. So if there's any interaction you want to have with them, just a couple reminders.
Just a thought here. Is it illegal to trade in infernal items? Would this be considered something that would be against the law to have like the whip of a Baylor?
I sure think so.
No, because it is a costly item. And those who have money write the rule.
It's the golden rule. Okay. Cool. Well, I guess there's nothing we can do other than just give them stink eye as they're leaving.
Yeah.
So as
Guzmik's not gonna say anything.
the four of them, as Lev leaves, and now talks with them for a bit, and you can see the. I gotta check my own map to see. And of course, things are moving. I love it. As you had kind of centered up somewhere in the middle of the town square, admittedly today seems pretty quiet. There's a couple different stands being set up, probably about like a dozen, but you're able to kind of park for a bit as everyone seems to depart. The one of the wagons pulls over in front of this building number 5, as you can read on the sign and out front reads evens and starts. The other cart, the other wagon, let's see, did I even put it on here? Seems to head off, continuing east outside or past the end of the doesn't seem right. Hold on. alley. I did. Weird. Continues on east, away from the center of town. A bit more motion over at the first cart as it sidles up to the alley next to that one building. And you do know that that is the wagon that had the item within.
And that's at the odds and ends store called Evens and Starts?
Yep.
Okay. We don't know where Ruika Oita was, correct?
Correct.
Ruika?
Probably here.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right then.
So at this point, I guess, where would you like to go?
Well, I do want to find that graveyard. So,
Should we do that first? I mean,
yeah, I
to
think
get
so.
your thing taken care of. This is
Yeah.
something else entirely over here.
I'm done with it. I mean, they owe us 2 horses, and if they want to dabble in demonic crap, that's on them. I'm sure in a few levels we're gonna get a call saying, "Hey, you gotta go back to Miralath. It's being overrun by Quace."
Yeah, I think last we spoke, you didn't really want to have this whip loose in this town, right?
No, but I thought it would be illegal to barter and trade in demonic goods, but apparently it's not. So
So then,
let them learn their lesson for a while, and then we'll come back and save them.
okay.
Right? I mean,
Then- I mean, that's really kind of always been my stance on this, but okay, well then good. We don't have to deal with that right now. I mean,
yes.
it wasn't a pleasant sensation for us to touch it.
No.
Might be funny to see somebody else try to pick it up, but let's go take care of your
All right.
your coins. At least then we will have that done, and we can go whenever we need to go.
Is it just like a bunch of silver coins, or were they special coins? Did she mention that?
They're just a bunch of silver coins. That
But they could be magic.
it could possibly. It is something that
All right.
that
I was
Dr.
just
Hendricks
thinking-
wanted.
I was just thinking maybe we just bring him some gold and hand him gold. But yeah, let's go and get the coins and bring it to Dad,
This is
because
my understanding. Liches didn't really care about silver.
he's not a lich.
All right. How do you go about finding this graveyard?
Go up to one of the town guard.
Give me a society.
Hey,
Just give me a society check.
okay. And I'm going to say, good guardsman, one of my friends from a long time ago was put to rest here recently, and I'd like to go and visit his grave. He is in this area, blah blah, 22.
Well, put to rest recently. I'll probably be down a bit south of Mirarath.
Recently for me, as an elf.
Oh. In that case,
Probably a while ago for you. I'm sorry, I get that confused occasionally.
Oh, in that case, I'd be heading up north a bit. If you actually head out the western entrance and follow the edge of the town, you'll find a rough dirt path heading north. Probably be maybe an hour walk, maybe 2. And
All right,
just
thank
look
you.
for the broken stone wall.
Excellent. Thank you, my friend. Do appreciate it.
Look for the broken stone wall. I mean, a wall is pretty big. We're gonna just find a trunk next to a wall.
There's a path
Mhm.
that goes north
That leads to a broken stone wall.
that leads to the broken stone wall that is part of the graveyard. And there's a tree in the graveyard, and she told us something else about it, and I don't have notes.
Since
Okay,
it has
okay.
been a while, I'll remind you that you know there is a broken stone wall, or there is a stone relief of an angel. It is broken, but directly beneath their feet is where you would be wanting to look.
Okay. It's better. We'll find it for sure.
Certainly. What could go wrong?
Are we
Nothing.
leaving the horses? In case anything goes wrong.
We're just gonna walk. Are we gonna leave the guard out here, or are we
With
gonna walk?
with your 22 society, you would gather from the guard as well that the path is overgrown and rough, and probably easiest to walk.
Let's walk it.
I mean, they just lost their friends. Let's let them relax and
Mhm.
eat some hay and mourn, right? Maybe they can give them a little rub down. What do? They lather them or something.
Yeah, let's
Give them a horse spa.
let's talk to the get him into a stable
Trim
and
their
give the
hooves.
stable people a little bit of an extra coin to take really good care of them. Make certain that there are no injuries that we are unaware of. Treat those. Give them a nice rub down. The whole thing.
You got a couple inns to choose from in town. You passed one already on the west side, or if you wanted to go to the east side to the last drop, that is also an option.
Yeah, I think that we want to put them to the last drop.
Good thing is, less horses, better care, same price.
Mhm.
More silver,
Old.
get them plenty of plenty of care.
Did you say you're giving them a gold, Gizmic?
No, she said bold.
I said cold,
Oh, cold.
as in cold-hearted dungeon master. Did you want me to give them a gold? Bastion?
I mean,
I'm
one of
happy to.
us.
I'm happy to.
It's 2 silver for the 2 horses. Extra care.
We're gonna give them a full gold
I'll do it.
for both of the horses to be well taken care of. It's a tip, to say, hey, if you've got horseshoes laying
Yeah, no.
around, change out their horseshoes. Make them feel appreciated. And by the way, she can talk to them, so we'll know if you try to cheat us. Saying.
Joanna pulling out a gold. This kid is full attention and instantly taking the reins and the gold, and before you even turn around, he's already got them in stables, getting everything off them, already starting brushing, on it. For a gold, he may not care about any other horse for the rest of the day.
Good. I mean,
Well, it's too bad for the other horses, but Wendy and Zephyr, they deserve it today.
Yep.
They're in mourning. They can
Well, and
probably
I'm-
smell Crystal and Watt on our breath.
and I'm hoping that the two, the guys that were hauling the lumber, try to stay here and ask for their horses to be cared for.
Now listen, we don't need to wish other horses ill. It's not their horse's fault.
That's true. I'll give you that. You are correct. The horses
However,
are not at fault.
I do wish them to have a difficult time here as well.
Exactly.
Decent noodle.
Decent noodle. For Wendy and what?
All right.
You're delicious.
Let's go get that lich money.
He's
Okay, I'll
not
stop,
a
I'll
lich.
stop.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. The wagon stored off to the side. The horse is taken care of. We'll head off to the west side of Mirarath, back out through town.
Yep.
Maybe a bit of Sway. Thank you coming in for that raid. Coming in with maybe a bit of extra conversation with the guard to new face in town, make sure you can get back in, whatnot. And following the edge of the wall, you're able to pretty quickly find this broken, overgrown, worn dirt path, or at least you see dirt under there on occasion, but the grasses are surprisingly long and overtaking. It seems it is not traveled very often, very often.
Okay.
During this trip,
Follow
you're
it.
just kind of heading straight away.
Yeah.
It seems this area a bit overgrown, but again, quite open and expansive. You can see in the distance a few farms here and there, but this pathway that you're walking seems to not have any tilled and growing land around you. And again, as they said, rolling hills and cresting another little hill, you see a farmland coming out right in front of you, which is strange. You're kind of following this tract of uncared for grasses, but down in this little valley right before the farmland, you do see a bit of a broken stone wall. Here again at that 5-6 feet, down to nothing, up again a little bit, broken and away. Seems where you're trying to get to is right ahead of you.
Excellent.
As you get down into this area, what's at one point probably held some sort of iron gates now don't even have the hinges in the stone where it was once holding a gate. You step through and see a few headstones here, piles over here, but in front of you, good 40-50 feet, lies this one section of the stone wall that seems to be standing the best. And at this point in time, you see the angel kind of arms out, wings spread, though both wings are busted and broken. One broken only at the tip, the other only about half the wing stands. Looking down peacefully, as peacefully as a blank face can at this point, and feet standing below, pointing down to where your treasure awaits from the note that you had received.
Well, I walk up and I say, may the spirits rest easy, and thank you for your vigilance. And I reach down and I try to find the container with the money in it.
Right? It'll take a little bit of time.
Heston has to dig. I'd help him dig with my claws.
Okay.
If that helps, I'm wise.
It'll definitely take a little bit. The right below the wall seems to be more a pile of stones protected that you'll have to pull apart more than just digging, or easier than just digging, I should say. So you're able to pull kind of rocks off to the side. And it does take a couple of layers of stone to get through before you see the the discoloration of lighter dirt. What you think before it rubbing away to a chest?
All right. Open the chest.
More digging and spreading
Actually,
away. Sure.
before that, perception to see if she left any surprises on the chest for me.
Sure.
She is a prankster. 14.
14.
What's your LIC?
It looks a little sketchy to start, but as you pry away or investigate a little bit closer to the lock, you realize, no, that was just crammed full of dirt and it was nothing nefarious.
So, try to get the box out so that I can open it up. And while I'm doing that, I regale the rest of Decent Noodle with the tale of when I had been searching through some of her things in the past as a young boy, you know, just curious about learning to breathe fire like she did. She caught me once, and then she put a trap on her equipment, on her fire breathing equipment, that when I tried to open it, it hit me in the face with bright pink dye that took a full week to wash off. And you look at the outfit, this is the outfit I've had for like the entire time I've been in the circus. Not this exact one, but like the same colors, red and blue. And so bright pink with red and blue didn't go so well. Dr. Hendricks was furious at both of us. But
You guys ruined the show. You ruined the
well, we
aesthetics
didn't
of
ruin
the
the
show.
show. I just couldn't be on the high wires for a while. So he was just upset that, you know, we had gotten it to that point where we were having a prank war and doing things that could potentially cause the show to not be able to go on for a while.
But in the end, you learned a lesson. Maybe
I learned how to get past traps, that's for
check
sure.
the traps. Yeah.
So I open up the box. What, aside from the coins, is there anything else in there?
Pink dye.
So as you open the chest, what first catches your eye is a pile of silver. Or you look a little closer. This chest, you can now tell why it was so heavy. It is nearly half full of silver coins. On top of the silver coins, you find 2 small velvet bags.
Velvet?
You just said take the silver coins, right?
Well, the
She's-
silver coins are gonna go to your dad, but didn't say anything about anything else in there.
I said,
No, I
don't take
think
the
she-
bone.
Don't take the bone.
Yeah, because I was like, why would I want a bone?
So, okay, well, let's just look in the other bags and see what's in them. Right? If
Okay.
there's a bone in the bag, then we don't take the bag. But if there isn't a bone, maybe we want it. Let's just see what it is.
2
And
bags.
people call me a thief.
Wow, this isn't anyone's stuff.
Maybe
The coins in here.
Maybe
The
we
coins
should-
in here. Coins in here for your dad.
Yes, they are.
maybe the other stuff is something that could be kind of his too. Therefore yours.
All right,
Therefore,
we're
ours.
gonna look. We're gonna open up the one of the bags, the one on the left.
The first bag you grab seems nearly empty. About the size of a dice bag. Sure enough, when you open it, Kuzmik, you are quite familiar with what comes tumbling out.
Mountain's foot?
Knuckle bones.
Okay. Yeah. Those are knuckle bones.
Okay,
Put them back. Don't open the other one.
and open the other one.
Ah,
What's in
yeah!
there?
The other one,
Okay.
I'm not close enough to stop him.
We're not taking it.
Can I
We
do like
opened it.
Can I do like an occult thing on the finger bones?
sure,
Just to
Knuckle
see if
bones are dice.
Anything really jumps out?
they are made of bone. And they are
Right.
not truly just like knuckle bone dice. They are knuckle
Oh,
bones. More
27.
occulty. 27? Yeah. They're not numbered sided dice. They are occultic ruins etched into the bone.
What the
Do-
hell kind of crap are you into now, lady?
I know what the runes say or mean. Any of them?
They seem much like the fortune telling knuckle bones.
Yep.
But putting together the warning from Jada Flame to leave them, and maybe just the uncanny intuition, probably something special about these, but unsure of what.
So put them back in the bag.
Yeah.
Scoop of half of the silver out so that they can rest in the bottom of the chest. Put them there. Put the silver elsewhere, somewhere in my pouch. Open up the other pouch and just
What?
look in.
Why?
Why
Okay,
not?
yeah.
Okay, I-
The other pouch, very firm in size, and as you open it, seems to be a box for a deck of cards.
Okay, close that up, put it next to the knuckle bones, and take the rest of the silver out. Close the chest back up, put it in the ground, cover it up, cover it up, cover it up, cover it up. Look up at the angel. Thanks. Hope whoever you're guarding or whatever you're guarding stays resting in peace.
Except for the silver. Thanks.
So you took the silver, you left the cards, and you left the bones.
Bones.
Okay.
Yep.
Sure.
That's what she told us to do.
shouldn't mention the cards, but I don't want to tempt it.
Correct.
Yep.
It doesn't
That's
seem like-
exactly my thing.
Break up. It's all occulty, fortune telling stuff.
Yeah,
So
don't need the cards. Jada Flame, I don't know the hell she's into now, but yeah. Let's go and see my dad. Well, let's go to the inn, have a few pints, get some food that's
Pints of
not
wine.
bridal stew, and then go see my dad.
yeah, I would love to eat a little more crystal.
I said something that's not bridal stew.
We probably ate all of it anyway at this point.
No, because it's. I would make certain that there was still some at the bottom,
Oh, okay.
at the bottom to add to when we get more stuff.
I would purposely have picked out all of the crystal.
All right.
For those that just joined us, Crystal was a horse, not like meth or anything. Just clarifying, we're eating our poor dead horses.
So much
Not
better.
that that's much better, but
A little better.
yeah, a little better than crystal meth apparently.
The putting everything back in, kind of covering it. The backpacks that you had brought with you are quite heavily laden. You will be jingling all the way back and all throughout town, as a warning.
What if we split it up 3 ways? That's still.
It'll
yeah,
still
you
make a
said
bit noise, but
all-
it'll probably be nicer than just one person carrying it.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I mean, we can split it up so that we have the coins evenly distributed, and hopefully no one goes, "Oh, there's an easy mark."
Yeah.
Towards us.
Yeah. Let's do that if that's okay with you, Hestian.
I'm fine with that. I
Yeah.
trust you both implicitly.
Okay.
You've never turned my skin pink. So.
Getting back into
Not on
town,
purpose.
that road back might possibly feel a little more on edge if someone were to be watching you. But the pathway is just the same as you made your way out there as coming back in. The guard recognizes you still from your short jaunt, and again, this is now getting close to that point of dinner time. As you get back into town, I believe you're heading back towards the last drop.
That's correct.
Are you looking for rooms then?
Yeah.
One,
One night.
two,
Yep, for 1 night.
one night.
We can be in the same. It doesn't matter. We've got money
Yeah, I
too.
know.
Whatever. I mean, if they have 2 rooms, we could take 2. But
Yeah, I don't mind either way.
yeah, I don't either. We'll just do 1. So, and we'll just do guard duty. We do have a bunch of silver now. That is probably important to your dad.
Yes.
I'd hate to have it get lifted.
You can do
Same here.
one larger room. About 5 silver for the night.
Okay.
Dinner is can be pretty basic. They do mention very quickly or early on that if you're just looking for a place for a quick bite, a bit of drink, tired from the road, feel free to just find yourselves a seat anywhere. If you're looking for something a bit finer, really care to enjoy Mirath for all it offers. The wineries over on the point will give you a bit of finer fare. Just, let them know that the last drop sent you.
I think I'm okay here.
I thought we were gonna do the wineries.
We will.
When?
We can
We're
always
leaving
come
tomorrow
back.
morning.
Yeah, we can always come back.
We're here now.
All right, let's do the wineries then.
Let's do the wineries. Okay.
The silver and stuff dropped into the rooms for the evening. I'll let you all know, or Bardo, or
Where are we putting the
Um,
silver? I don't want to leave it in the room. Do you? Question, it just feels unsafe.
A little bit unsafe, yeah.
Is there a safe, like a safe, type thing, at the last drop? Like
each room has their own lockbox inside.
Okay.
Admittedly, it's
Okay.
a lockbox that is standardly at an inn for everyone. Each person who stays can use that lockbox, but it is somewhere that can be
Well-
locked away.
Let's do that. And I take out the poisons that I can use to coat my weapons that I have for because rogue. And I take from my from my peeler's kit, I take a suture needle, that you sew up a gash with, and I cover that in the poison. And I'd like to use my sleight of hand to actually my thievery to jury rig a poison needle trap on the lockbox.
This will be a crafting check. We'll make it easier because you are an expert in thievery.
Okay, cool. That's a 24.
You're able to rig something, probably not spring loaded, but enough where you kind of find a way to wedge it in where somebody is trying to work their lockpicking tools next to the lock, where they'll probably end up running into it and puncturing themselves. It's pretty well hidden, as small as it is.
Okay, excellent.
Again, that silver you put in is half the depth of this lockbox.
Yeah, I figured.
All right. With that, everyone, it is 8:52. We're gonna quick take a little break, go refill our drinks, and we will be right back to finish up for the second half of this session. So we shall see you all soon. everyone. Thank you. We are back from our break. Jumping back in, I believe the players were heading away from the last drop to explore the town a little bit. It seems the wineries have caught their attention. Locking up your stuff in the room, heading away from the last drop, heading west. You reach where you had passed previously a number of signs, seeming attempting to overlap each other in a chaotic mess, noting Harvest Treasure, Wine's Gift, the Tapped Cask, all pointing north. And you will see across the way, or on the other side of the road, pointing south, there as well, the sign called the Chilled Glass. You can see
Now,
from,
Joanna.
Oh, sorry. Quick. You can see at this point in time in the night, there is a great amount of traffic coming in your general direction and turning towards the point, most heading north. So you will see select smaller groups, seemingly in a bit finer attire, heading into the Chilled Glass.
Are we the chilled glass type? I mean, look at those guys. We can go to one of these other ones. Joanna, you gonna partake tonight, or are we gonna order you some
Water.
I'll have a nice
water?
glass. One nice glass.
A nice glass. Okay.
If I'm only having one.
So nice would denote the size, not necessarily the
Oh,
quality.
No, I meant quality.
Okay. Well, then we better choose wisely. All right. Where
Let's
you guys
not
want
do
to go?
fancy, though. Let's not do fancy. Let's go north.
Yeah.
I want fancy at cheap.
You'll see the Harvest Treasure on your left, Wine's Gift, about twice the size of the Harvest Treasure, is straight ahead of you, and on your right is Tapped Cask. About the same size as Harvest Treasure.
I like Harvest Treasure.
You're feeling Harvest Treasure? Okay.
Yeah, I like the smaller wineries usually.
I was actually feeling the Tapped Cask. It sounds like we could do both.
Yeah. Flip a coin.
Or that. Yeah, let's flip a coin.
D4 roll 1 or 2. It's Harvest Treasure. 3 or 4. Tap Cask.
Bing.
Harvest Treasure.
Okay. Sounds good.
Heading into the Harvest Treasure, you do see inside are quite fresh, admittedly. Woodworking, wood paneling all about. Seems to be very well kept up, very clean place. Most of the tables are sitting, though there's a whole section kind of off to the side that are all standing, that are a little bit closer together. Behind the bar to one side are a number of the wall of empty wine bottles. It seems that on every table are different kind of pieces of paper set out and ready. The place is filling up, so there is space to sit if you want. A few people do have have a bit of food. Most, though, here seem to be holding wine glasses.
So I don't know about you, but I heard that like some of these places they serve like cheeses and meats with the wine.
Like on
'Cause
a
it's,
board.
yeah, and with some crackers. Kinda
Maybe a
help you
couple of
cleanse
those.
the palate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sure hope there's olives here too.
Ooh, yeah, olives would be good with wine.
You know, sometimes I like to drop my olive in the wine. and then it surprises me when it goes into my mouth when I'm chugging.
But does it change the flavor?
Yes, a little bit. I only do that to wines I'm not 100% vibing with. I'll drop the olive in there,
Nice.
on that off chance it's gonna do something in my mouth.
Yeah, enhance the flavor. I get it. Yeah, let's go.
A little vinegar blast.
Joanna, are you feeling sweeter or are you feeling drier?
Sweeter, without an olive. Preferably.
Yeah.
So looking at
It's a
the table,
veteran's game.
is there
Okay, yeah, I have a lot to learn.
Veteran's Gambit, that olive.
is there like a list of the types of wines that they sell?
And that's what you see. It does seem to be the paper on most of the tables. It's kind of like the current wine list that they have. You'll see a couple of very basic. You get like the Breeden's red and the Breeden's white. Seem a quick little synopsis on them, but you catch on that they're pretty simple, pretty basic wines. As you continue on, you start getting a number of different mixes or hints of this, and you'll even see on a couple of them that this paper might be a bit used. A couple like smiley faces on one of them, one big old circle around the one on the bottom.
What's the one on the bottom called?
You tell me. Why don't all three of you come up with one?
Okay. Cabaret Symphony.
Nice. I'm gonna go with a berry medley.
Okay. Allie, can you think of
I don't know
anything?
wine. No.
You can make
I don't
something up.
know
I
wine.
mean, yeah.
It's the beauty of the game.
Berry medley is basically the name of the fruits I used to make my fruit wine the last time I made it. So just choose something.
I just made up some dumb words and put them together.
Yeah.
I want it to be a basic red, but it's from Crystal's Vineyard. It's not even a type of wine. It's just red, like cheap red.
Cheap red
So
crystal.
how about dinner red or table red or
Yes. I
Cook
don't know
with this
wine, so
red.
I
with hyphens between it. Cook with this.
Oh,
red.
yes.
I like that. That's
That's okay.
awesome.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Tyler, you writing the hyphens in there?
Yep.
Important.
Yep.
Okay.
So just so you know, Joanna, the reds are usually the drier.
I'm not saying I want a red.
Then
I'm
the whites
I'm
are
not gonna use you
sweeter.
guys. Okay.
But you can also get a very, very fruity red.
You certainly can. Yeah.
You gotta
I should-
watch
I-
it though, because they're also sweet, and you'll probably get sick tomorrow.
Yeah. Like there's a Concord grape wine that you can get that is extremely sweet.
You'll
Well,
on this, you'll have gotten your couple basics. The cook with this red kind of is you will see hiding in the O's kind of frowny face. The Cabernet Symphony has a couple smiley faces next to it, pretty big and bold. The berry medley is circled, and as you're kind of looking it over, you catch kind of on the back side of it, written very small, kind of in the bottom. Like as you turn it over, your hand would normally cover it. But you do see in very fine, tiny writing, says, ask about the second letter read.
All right. So the berry medley was circled.
Berry medley was circled. Yep.
Second letter read. We'll ask about that. So a bottle of the berry medley, bottle of the second letter, and what was the other one that had the smiley face next to it?
Cabaret Symphony had 2 smiley faces on it.
Let's go with those 3.
You're getting 3 bottles?
There's 3 of us.
Sure, yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. Let's burn it down.
Could just do glasses if you. Okay, all right.
Okay, well, so here's the thing. A standard bottle of wine, you get about 4 or 5 glasses out of.
Guzmik is
So
like
if
30.
we wanted to,
by the way.
if we wanted to each have like a glass of each of the wines, that's fine. We can just buy 3, 6, 9 glasses. If we want something to take back with us, we're gonna buy bottles.
Or you could find out your favorites and buy a new bottle that you don't open.
True. So let's go with 9 glasses. How much is that gonna cost us?
Fine.
You don't
Keep it
actually have to
one.
1,
drink.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Joanna
One
said
drink
she's gonna
all
have
of it.
one. She's gonna have one of each.
One
This
of
is
each.
established. Oh my god. Okay, I will sip each.
You guys had a rough 6 days
We
on the
lost
road.
2
Yep, you're in
horses.
mourning.
Yeah, we're gonna break it off tonight. Let's go.
And if we have to stay in this town one additional day to, feel better, we'll do that.
Yeah, Lev didn't say he was leaving tomorrow. He would have said,
Right.
I feel like, if that was the case. So we might have an extra day to either sleep it off or come back for more.
Exactly.
Both.
Hastian, you will be
Yeah.
pleased to note that as you're as you're arguing with your compatriots about what to try and in what quantities, a youngish Lycanon lass with the fox ears and fox tails comes sashaying essentially up. Welcome to the Harvest Treasure. Do you know what you want already?
My friends and I would like to try what I think is called a flight of wines. We're looking at 3 different, and I mean, I hate to say it, but one of us, pointing towards Joanna, is a little bit of a teetotaler. So, like half glasses, and we want the berry medley, the second letter red, and the Cabernet
Symphony.
Okay.
As the 3 that we're going to try. Do you have anything to like cleanse the palate between each of the wines?
Of course. Well, as you're kind of going through, she makes some notes on a quick little pad. But as you mention the second letter red, she kind of pauses and gives you an odd look for continuing the order. Yeah, we can get you a bit to eat along with it, so you can really enjoy the wines.
Excellent.
Now, it seems like you're a bit new here. If you're asking to try a few wines, might I ask where you heard about the second letters?
Rumor on the street. And I'll wink at her.
She'll kind of give you a bit of a kind of squint eye to kind of questioning you, but we'll. All right. I'll bring out your flight here in just a little bit. But if you need anything, please just call out for Rain.
Rain?
Rain.
Thank you, Rain.
With that, as she heads off, I do want to thank a good buddy of mine who gifted a sub to the channel, Red Second Letters. Thank you so much for that gifted sub. Helped me come up with a fun little name. After a short amount of time, first the snacks are brought out for a bit of the food. It is a bit lighter fare, but you do see kind of at a couple other tables there's stuff that would be a little heartier if you wanted to order something a little bit more. They do have a couple essentially steaks cut up into strips, kind of as a party sharing platter with a bit of chimichurri sauce on them. Probably get a little bit of roasted chicken as well, already kind of cut and prepared into smaller pieces as a sharing platter. So if you want to get something a little heartier, that is there. But very quickly, the wines are brought out to you, and the Cabernet Symphony is Rain kind of brings them out. Yeah, this one here is going to be that Cabernet Symphony, and as you can kind of give it a little bit of waft, you'll be able to get that strong smell that's going to linger on the palate even after you just kind of breathe it in. You'll be able to taste that for a little while. The berry medley is this one here. You can tell that this one, you can see that both the Cabernet Symphony and the berry medley are pretty close in color, but as she gives that one a swirl, you can see it kind of hang up on the glass longer than the Cabernet Symphony did. Now this one will really stick through, so make sure you're cleansing your palate after each sip. Get you kind of refresh the drink every single time. And then she next pushes forward the second letter red. And this one is for our, well, you know what it's for. Please do enjoy. And remember to not to spread the word too much about this one. It's a special vintage.
Certainly.
Gotcha.
So does it have as good a legs as the berry medley, or is the berry medley thicker?
Berry
Sticks
medley
with
is
seven.
going to be thicker and going to stick higher. The second letter red, as you're kind of swirling it, it's strange. You could swear that it's almost like shapes in the wine that are left up every single time, though they're never in the same place.
Interesting.
Shapes.
As Rang, is there anything else I can get you that for the flight is gonna put you at 12 gold?
Okay.
We all look at each other, doing the math in our heads. How much do we have? I have 5. I have 5 gold.
You each got 7
Oh,
today.
I can pay.
Yeah.
We each got 7 today.
So
didn't add that.
if we each 12 gold, so if we each give 4, we got it covered. How much for the like the steak strips that table over there has?
8 silver.
So if we go, I'll put in 5 gold. The rest of you can put in 4, and we'll get the steak strips and the glass of wine.
Thank you. that's
Okay.
sweet. Or can you? I have enough gold if Goose needs any.
Nope.
No.
I,
She has 7 gold from hay that she did not add into her.
That's correct.
Cheat.
I had 12 when I thought I had 5.
We're swimming in
Mhm.
it.
We have that.
We're
corn
not
and
quite swimming in it, but
We have party fun too, but yeah.
yeah.
We got some walking money.
And silver.
We're not touching the silver.
No, Lich Daddy will be upset. I mean,
Oh,
Yeah.
convert.
You do it. A lich scorned is no good.
So, with the 3 of these, the steak is brought out in a bit, and you can try each of the wines. I leave it to you as to which ones you prefer, but the second letter, red, seems a bit, well, it catches your eye on that strange shape, and as you're kind of swirling it, like first you see it here, and then you see 2 over here, and then it's never in the same place twice, and it kind of rests back down as you see like little bumblebees is what you eventually catch after staring at this long enough. And it does have that almost mead like flavor to it that really lingers on the tongue, and you really have to take that palate cleanser to really remove it, otherwise that is going to stay with you for a while.
okay, nice.
Is it? I mean, I'm new to wine. Is that good?
Anytime that you have a flavor that stays on your palate, as long as it's a pleasing flavor, like a mead, sweet and crisp flavor, it's really good to have something like that. That means that it has both potency and staying power. Generally, what you want to do is when you have a wine like that, you want to try to find something that pairs well with it. That's a food item. In the case of mead, where it's sweet, you'd want to have something fairly salty to go with it to help cleanse the palate and also enhance the flavors. So if it was me serving this type of wine to someone, I would include something like either popcorn, crackers, potentially something like a nice hot and sour soup or something else like that, where there's either strong salt or strong spice flavors to counteract that sweetness and that cloyingness on the tongue. You're welcome
Okay.
for the
Yeah.
tutorial.
So a bit sipping here, trying this. Do you all think you might have a favorite, or?
Well, I'm a big Hestian is a big fan of wines that have a decent amount of foot to them or feet to them, which is the when you swirl it, it stays up on the glass. That's generally the mark of something that is slightly thicker, which usually means slightly sweeter. So he's probably gonna enjoy the berry medley with the other 2 being a very close second. What did we decide that the Cabernet medley, or Cabernet Symphony tastes like?
I don't know that we did.
Okay.
That one was not discussed too much. I think probably Guzmek would probably go for the red second letter also, because of the sweetness and the thickness.
If we're going off of the name Cabernet, that's going to be a very oaky wine. It's going to be something that has a lot of tannins in it, which means that it's slightly drier. Probably goes much better with a steak than either of the other 2, because it's got that nice dryness with the meaty umami of the steak. I'm a wine nerd. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Guzmek
Joanna-
likes the sweet stuff.
Joanna
Guzmek
likes
likes
berry.
feeling
Yep.
sick the next day.
Ugh.
It's kind of
Dry doesn't make you sick?
No.
Dry does not usually make you sick. It gives you so sweet will make you have like the upset stomach sick.
Oh.
Dry will make you have the headache sick.
And the taste.
The tannins go to the head, and the sweet goes to the stomach.
Guzmik likes projectile vomit.
So,
So,
okay, you have your favorites throughout. You'll, I guess, are you planning on any additional drinks?
I don't think so. I think that having the nice dinner and the few drinks here is all that Hestian wants. And I know the teetotaler here, Joanna, probably is feeling her oats tonight.
Thank you for the half glasses.
You're welcome. A flight is better than anything because it lets you taste multiple wines. I'm betting that they probably charge a good gold for each of these glasses if it's a full glass. Well, no, it would probably be 2 gold because thinking about it, we got 12 gold for 9 glasses, and they were half glasses. I'm betting it's probably 2 to 3 gold per full-size glass, which is okay.
So Joanna, did you like? I mean, you like some of these? You might have a different option when we hit the tavern next time. It wouldn't be this exact one, probably, but you have more options open to you now.
That is true. And I know that I don't like some, which is kind of nice to know.
Yeah, and now you can start to compare and contrast when we go out and stop for dinner somewhere. You don't have to have an ale. You could have a wine.
Sophisticated.
As is befitting your sophisticated status.
I ate horse today. I mean, I don't feel very sophisticated.
Well, we had to keep Crystal and Zephyr with us.
What? Crystal and what?
Crystal and what?
And what?
Right.
Yes.
Not
Yep.
Zephyr.
What?
Zephyr's alive.
Crystal and
Zephyr was
hot.
not within earshot just now. Ooh.
Brain would check in a bit throughout the evening as you're enjoying your drinks, and would ask if there's anything else that you would like. They do have bottles to take away if you have a favorite that you would like to purchase.
Rain, I think that we need a little bit of time between the 3 of us to discuss what bottle we're going to actually be purchasing. I know that we're probably not going to be able to get a bottle of that second letter red, so we need to decide between the Berry Medley and the Cabernet Symphony as to which one is our second favorite.
Well, just
But
feel free to.
we'll
flag me
stop
down.
back. I'll look for you.
All right. I
I
do
think
have
we're done for the evening.
a pleasant evening then, and
You
again,
as well.
come on back to the Harvest Treasure if you ever need another drink.
Certainly will.
Right. I guess anything else planned for the evening then?
No,
Going
I
back
think-
to the inn and making sure that the lockbox hasn't been fucked with.
You get back. Lockbox seems to be just fine. You have 4 beds throughout the room that you're able to kind of take your rest in. Watches are up to you, I guess. If you want
I think
to.
we'll do them. Yeah, I think
we'll
we'll
do
do them.
Okay.
I'll start
Um,
like food.
Any. I'll put it this way. Any nefarious plans for the evening? Or just
How dare you?
gotta give Hastian his option for war crimes?
There will be no war crimes tonight unless I get interrupted during my watch by one of the 2 that caused us to lose 2 horses. So, I mean, completely up to you, Dungeon Master.
Bench, you should say that. No, it's fine.
Uh,
The night passes uneventfully. Let's see. I think I gotta update the calendar so we're on the right day. I think we're up there. Okay, perfect. The evening passes uneventfully. Wine seems to be sitting pretty well. You wake up in the morning, Joanna, maybe not the most comfortable. Not hungover or nothing, but wine definitely kind of stuck with you a little bit. Though
Just
it was tasty
need
last
some
night.
water.
Yeah. Quick, standard breakfast fare could be able to gather downstairs as you are checking in and placing an order for for a bit of breakfast. The halfling owner, whom you have checked in with, Finian, he kind of, hearing a bit of banter between you in the morning, a bit, recognizes his name of, Hessian, was it?
Yes.
We had a feller came in early this morning. He had something for you, and we'll slide across the table a small coin purse.
Excellent. What's in it?
Gold.
I missed something. Can you say it again?
Cancel.
A good,
Apparently, excellent sounds like the
just
assistant's
enough
name.
to summon her. Yep.
Yes.
A good
How much?
20 gold.
How much is a horse?
About 7.
Okay. Unrelated.
Not on our minds.
So I go ahead and I take the gold and I say, let's go and get two new horses. And I think maybe get on our way, unless both of you have something else you want to do here.
Do we want to talk to Lev and just see what his deal is?
Yeah, we're gonna look around for Lev because he's supposed to be here as well. So I'm
At the
hoping
very
he
least,
got
say
up
goodbye.
early.
Yeah.
Yep.
As you get to the, you know what, Joanna, just give me a percentage roll, please. D100. As you are kind of finishing up your meal, hanging out, Lev does end up coming down. And actually, everyone give me a perception roll, please.
Oh, sorry, guys.
11.
Mm,
Woof.
16.
11 for Hessian, 16 Guzman, 26 for Joanna. Okay. As Lev comes down, he seems in decent spirits. Is definitely more rested than he was. He kind of sees you and gives you a bit of a smile, and gives a bit of a stretch, and all of a sudden his face kind of turns a little dour, he's kind of like, he tastes, it's just all of a sudden his eyes squint, kind of cocks his head, and then kind of taps his temple a bit. As Joanna, you can hear very faintly a bit of tinkling and chimes.
Oh.
Like chimes?
Like the chimes that were in the.
I need to make sure it was a coin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in tinkling at first, I thought he was peeing his
Sorry,
pants.
no, chimes, yes. Seems the chimes are activating nearby.
Oh.
I'll tell him.
Oh, he's aware.
No, I'll tell.
Oh,
Who's making
gotcha. Tell Decent Noodle.
heads up? Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be a shitty weather day again. Awesome.
Oh. Oh.
Well,
Why don't we just have another day here in town and wait out the weather? Dad's not going anywhere.
all right.
I mean, you don't know if It's up to you. Do what you
We
want.
don't know if it. No, every
I mean, you
time
guys
it's-
haven't gone outside to see what the weather seems to be drawing in. You've
So
had
I
days.
go outside, and I take a rock and I put it on the road while it's raining.
It's
I
dry.
pick the rock up.
It's not raining. It is cloudy. The clouds seem to be moving quickly, but they don't
Okay,
seem
so-
ominous or dark.
You know, every time that damn wind chime chimed, and you're telling me you heard it, every time it chimed, we had really crappy weather. Every single time. I am okay waiting out a potential storm, even if it doesn't storm, and it's just windy and difficult out. I'd rather wait it out in a comfortable inn and pay that little boy another gold to take care of our horses and find good horses to replace Zephyr and Crystal and What.
Mhm. I'm okay waiting too. We have spent a lot of time on the road traveling. The last, I don't even know how long. The days just run together.
Yeah.
So if we could just be in a city for a while, I'm not gonna fight it. Not gonna fight it.
You all right with this, Joanna?
I mean, I wonder if
Alright.
Lev's even gonna go.
We should.
Oh, I'm
still-
sure he's gonna go at some point. It's just
Oh, that's
probably
fine.
not today.
Well,
we can
haven't
ask
even
him,
talked
though.
to him. Yeah, we should talk to him. So yeah, when he comes down, we'll go over to him.
Well, he's already down. I mean, we just call him over and
Yeah, he was
say, "Hey, you
Okay,
okay,
call him over.
love?"
just getting down for a drink, and he grabs something in a quick bowl, and as he turns about, you wave him over. He'll come and join your table. Decisions already. Oh no, it's I just forgot. I gotta drop off that package here today. That's all.
When are you thinking about taking off?
I don't quite rightly know yet.
Right.
Haven't had anybody else. I haven't really done a whole lot of checking about, and the inn seems a bit sparse. So, gonna have to go looking about town, see if there's any more folk looking to head out east. So, probably gonna be a couple days. Hate to go back west, but that's where the money is. I'll have to go that way.
We're gonna stay one more day here, and then we're heading out east to get to Kidarath. If you find folk that want to go that way, great. Again, we're just gonna stay here one more day. It might be 2 days, depending on whether or not we can find horses that are good for hitching to a wagon. But I do hope, no matter what, that we end up crossing paths in the future.
Quite the same, and sadly, I fear we shan't both be heading off at the same time unless you're planning to wait possibly 3-4 days. But if you're here at least tonight, let me at least buy you around. Least I can do, especially when I get to take care of that delivery for Sainabi.
Excellent. Yeah, that would be fantastic. We'll look forward to seeing you this evening. And yeah, thanks. Thanks for the opportunity to earn some coin.
He will enjoy, he'll quickly finish his meal and his drink, and we'll give you all a bit of a nod before running back up to his room and grabbing himself a cloak before heading outside.
Hey, Ty, it's right near 10 o'clock. I'm going to ask if we can...
Oh, we are. I want to know if you guys, during this day that you're going to be spending in town, so that I can prep a little bit for next week. Mainly, desiring a couple horses.
Yep.
Beyond that, anything else you're hoping to do?
Write a letter to Decent Noodle North and ask them if they're still anywhere near Flame Lady to let her know that I have the items.
You do know, it has been a while, so I'll remind you, you do know they already left.
Well, I'm hoping that they went back. You know, like we're like they're caravan guards, so if they're doing that, they're gonna be traveling back and forth for a while.
You know that it has only been 6 days since you left Alesh. They had left probably about that 2-3 day mark. And knowing the general map of Serenthi, the trip to Orentha, to Parlan, is through decent, not mountains, but rocky hill terrain and hills for a good half of that. That's probably a good, most of a 10-day just to get over there.
Okay, well, at the very least, want to send a message to them and say, hey,
Sure.
Here's where our exploits have taken us. I hope that you're well. Let us know if there's anything that you need. Blah blah blah.
Sure. Anyone else have any other plans for the day?
Guzmik is just a little curious about the that odds and ends, the evens and starts situation. I'm not gonna start anything, but I am gonna kind of move around the area, and just do some observation, some reconnaissance, see if I run into any closets, if you know what I mean, that kind of thing.
Okay.
But I'm not going in and asking about it at all.
All right.
They may have other interesting things in there, though, so maybe we go shopping there next week.
So possibly some shopping about. You do know that, yes, you can gather from the outside and from even just quickly driving past that it seems to be a menagerie of random things. And probably hearing from being in Harvest Treasure, you'd catch that there's a bit of two shops that seem to get strange, weird items that it's good, at least for the tourists, to come on in and take a look at things. Nothing has ever been really dangerous from kind of what you get. Maybe a wild story here and there, but you do know you have both even and starts and the lone earring are kind of going to be the two major odds and ends type stores.
Okay. Well, I mean, we should check both of those stores out just to see what they have. I mean, we'll be coming back through here at some point maybe, and with more money.
Hopefully.
We have money now too, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Joanna, anything that you're thinking that really kind of sticks out that you might be interested in?
I don't think I really have anything in this town or anything. Odds and evens and starts? Odds and ends? One of them, yeah.
Okay. A little bit of shopping. You seem to have the most money, holding on to the jade coin.
Oh, yeah.
During the evening, if you had a bit of time and were curious about how much silver you all picked up?
Oh, yes.
Got about 6,000 silver pieces.
So that's 600 gold.
What in the world? What's the story behind that?
With that, everyone.
This is rhetorical.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, you'll have to reach Lich Dad to maybe hear some more.
Lich Dad!
But yeah, with that, I do think that is a good spot to end for the night. I got a little bit to prep here for next week. So we are kind of breaking our summer schedule next week, everyone, just to give you a heads up. We are going to play again this next week, and then we're going to take 2 weeks off. On our summer schedule, we're kind of doing 1 week on, 1 week off. We're going to butt them up together for this week and next week, and then we're going to take a couple weeks off. With that, man, there's hardly any announcements. The music that you heard tonight and that you're going to hear coming shortly for the outro comes from our Bard Gregulus Designs or the Derpwood. So you can find their music on YouTube and Spotify. Remember, followers, you can contact me, and we're going to create a NPC to inhabit the world of Serenity, so you can join my Discord and connect with me. Even send write a quick message on the YouTube video, and we can get you in to figure out an NPC for you, so that you have a character that inhabits the world of Serenity. I think that's really about it. We'll go out to quick outros for players, and then we'll raid out to somebody else who in the TTRPG nerd sphere. So Mike, a little bit, I guess, where people can find you before we play again, and who you played tonight.
Well, I don't have a whole lot of places that people are going to be able to find me right now. I've been concentrating on a few other things other than making content, but my name's Mike, aka Madcap23. I am a TTRPG veteran. I DM for another group that I'm not streaming right now. What else? I've been Hestian, your Whisper Elf Rogue.
Allie, how was, I guess, finally reaching another town? It's been like, what, month and a half?
Yeah. And no fight night. It's a little sad. Even though we just fought, but that was my first thought of what do you want to do in a town? I don't know. They have a fight night? No, just wines.
I mean, you could look into it.
No, I don't need to poke that bear. Again.
Nice callback.
Shelly, where can people find you before we play again next week?
All right, well, we're playing next week, but I still got some stuff to list off. I'm Shelly. By the way, you can find me out in the world as Flea Monkey or Hey It's Flea Monkey, specifically on Threads and Instagram. If you want to see some more of me doing this, you can go over to Guild Superior. We're starting a 3-session arc on Saturday. Tales of the Whisper Woods, DM'd by Shiv, who is awesome. And then also every Tuesday over on this channel again, doing a little Heroes of Greyhawk. Having a great time. Probably dying. But it's fun. It's great.
You mispronounce crying.
Yeah. You want to see me cry? Tuesday night. Go check it out.
With that, I've been Tythalnos. Thank you for checking out the game and the channel. And thank you, players, for joining me once again into this homebrew world of Serenity. And we shall be back next week for some more games and maybe for some more mysteries to be unraveled. See you all next time.